Hello, race fan. Jimmy McNerney coming to you from the third floor studio here at Turfway Park as we kick off another week of racing here in Florence, Kentucky. This Thursday card here, we have a 9-race card tonight. Temperature in the low 30 degrees. A little bit of sleet in the area right now, expected to change to rain later on the balance of the card, but currently 45 minutes to post as we kick off this week of racing. Just want to remind those of you, if you have not purchased your Jeff Ruby Stakes Day tickets yet, you'll want to get those as soon as possible. They are selling out very quickly. Again, that featured stake is coming up just a week from this Saturday. The $200,000 Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes and a 6 stake card, or 5 stakes on that card as well. So that's next Saturday here at the track. If you haven't got your tickets, contact 371-0200 to get that done. Now, this 9-race card we spoke of, race 1 starts the pick 5, a 50-cent pick 5 in the first 5 races on the card. I think we have a couple of short-priced horses in that sequence, but there's a couple of races where I do think the favorites are very vulnerable. Now, it's 45 minutes to post for the opener. It's a non-3 nickel claimer to go 6 furlongs, field of 7. No program changes to speak of. Heavy favorite at this time is the 3 Fearless Kitty, currently 1-5 on the board. It is my top pick. An expected pace setter, ran the mile last start, turns back to 6 furlongs, going to have plenty of air. I think we'll go to the lead now. I think this is one of the favorites that may be vulnerable. I'm going to spread in my pick 5, but Fearless Kitty is my top pick. If he brings his A game on the class drop, he should be able to handle this field, but he is going to be a heavy favorite here in the opener. For second, number 2, Incredible Cut. I like this horse a lot, but this is one that needs a lot of pace up top. Now, Carlos Villasana takes over the riding services today for Juan Carlos Gotera. Now, this horse was 7th, well beaten last start, but time before, actually 2 back is the race I like, where he's 5th, beaten 8 lengths to Testy Kitten. Now, Testy Kitten was on a 3-race win streak and came back in a allowance race here a couple of days ago at the meeting and looked like a winner down the lane, but did run on pretty well and respectfully was second in that race. But Incredible Cut, my second choice. And for third, I'm going to go for number 7, Jenny's Regal Man to the outside for the Russian. Now, this one was second to start before when was up and after the lead. I think this horse is more suitable to go to the front. I think he runs better when he's up and after the pace. Now, last start, you'll see they took him back and made a big belated run and was 4th, beaten 7 lengths, but this horse is drawn well to the outside, has a good post position, and has the early speed to use and take to the heavy favorite, Fearless Kitty, so that he doesn't get that clear uncontested lead with Perry Oots. 3-2-7 for me in race 1. Now, race 2 starts the early pick 4, as always, just 14% takeout, and there's going to be another heavy favorite in this race. That's number 5, Congruity. This one comes in from South Florida after racing up in New York for Danny Gargan, and Gargan hits at a very high win percentage and shipped this one in, looks like for a reason, to get paid here 6-5 on the morning line. Now, just a 3-time winner, though, probably would be better suited in the 3 and 2 years and on 4, but that race didn't go, so they've opted for this 2 and 6 months. But there are some winners in this race, some multiple winners, like Bluegrass Beats, a 3-time winner at the track, and a 9-time winner and all. And that's a pretty decent horse to throw on your ticket there. That's my second choice. And for third, number 1, Burnt Bluff. Now, this one's coming back, making his 3rd start in just barely over 3 weeks, but since moving to the barn of Alexis Cordero Lopez, the horse has turned the corner. Was second the time before, just missed, came back and won last start. Has the rail, has Angel Serpa. I'm going 5-8-1, heavy favorite number 5, Congruity, in race 2. Now, the third race is a filly and mare non-winners of 2 claimant event. In the third race, there are no program changes to speak of. I think it's between the 7 and 9 in here. I end up going number 7, Defira, as my top pick. Now, this one made its first Polytrack start last start, made all the pace, opened up a big lead, and faltered late. Now, that was going at the 6 furlong distance, cuts back to the 5 furlong. There was a 5 furlong in action on the horse's form, but that was at Santa Anita, and a 1X was 8th, beaten 7 lengths. But I think this horse on the turn back, the the 5/8 distance today. DeFira has the speed to be dangerous, will use it. Another horse that has speed to the outside, Cherry Ganache. I don't know that she has to go, but she really beat up on some 3-year-old restricted maidens in her last start. Now this is 3 and up, but she does drop in for the nickel non too, and the way she won that race, it was very impressive. She was absolutely under a hammerlock and on cruise control, as you'll see in the short comment there, and that is my second choice. Not much separates those two. And for third, I'm going to go for a horse who will be running late. Should these two get caught up in a speed duel, number 8 Head First with a 10-pound break-in weight with Apprentice Tormey in the irons. This one will be rolling late should they falter. I'm going 7, 9, 8 in race number 3. Fourth race is a filly and mare $8,000 claimant event going 6.5. If you're playing the doubles, the pick 3s or pick 4s, this is the race I think you need to spread in. Now there are a couple obvious horses in here to use, like number 3 Rule Like Cleopatra, who I'm putting on top, but she's a 9-time winner, 16 for 19 over the surface. Again, those 9 wins right here at Turfway. 15 wins in all for Dan Kessler and Doug Danner. She just missed at this level last start to appealing Julia, who we'll see later on the weekend here in a restricted starter. But this one is the obvious horse. She will need some pace up top. I think, since coming back here to Turfway this year, and since they've taken her off the pace, she's shown a lot more run, late run, and Rogelio Miranda takes over the riding surfaces tonight. I don't know why Malcolm didn't get the mount back, but Miranda gets it today, and Rule Like Cleopatra, my top pick. Like I said, I would spread. There's about 5 horses in here I'd use. For second, number 1, Accessorizing. This one was second, also for an $8,000 claimer. That was coming off a 2-month freshening, and 6.5 furlongs is the return distance. That's my second choice. For third, number 6, Gales in November. Has been facing, a couple of these horses in here. This one will sit just off of the pace. Now, if you're spreading, if you're playing pick 3s, pick 4s, or pick 5s, and you want to spread, you got to throw in Budget Cut at a price. She'll be running late. Number 5, Art of War, coming in from Northern California, is going to be a big price, has upset potential. Check out the works at the training center. Those are really fast works. Half mile 47 seconds, the time before 48 and 1. Those are some good works over that surface. That surface is very heavy, and Art of War seems to be training and getting over it very well. And then maybe another horse to the far outside is going to be a Bomb. She's a fine justice. Just got beat 4 lengths against a couple of these in here last start. Has a trip over the track, a tightener. Will be a big price. Race 5 ends the early pick 5, early pick 4, and does start the 14% takeout late pick 4. In here, you're looking at a wide open race, and in this 5th race, there are no program changes. I've narrowed it down to 3. Get Tough. I mean, the question light comes on. Get Tough wins a non-215, easiest kind of winner that day, and drops in for the non-375. I like that angle. I'm a big fan of that. Once you win that condition, you finally get through it, you take a step up to the next condition. Drop a little tier if you can, but I don't see this move very much from these connections. And it just makes me question it, and otherwise I would single this horse in this race. But I'm going to use two other horses, 3 in total. Number 7, Leo Meister, comes from the red-hot Sippy Contreras barn. He has 7 wins from 12 starts here at the meeting, and having a pretty good meeting overall down at Oaklawn as well. But Leo Meister ran last start into 15 non-3, was 7th beaten 7 lengths. Now that was the first poly track, gets his second poly track. But what I like, after that performance, Contreras took this horse to Oaklawn. You'll see on the work tabs, he had several works down there and some pretty good ones. 3/4 in 17, 3/4 in 18. And this horse, I think, that 6 furlong, you can throw out. The horse is a much better route horse, more suited to the route distance. 6 to 1 is going to be a price. All the money's going to be on the 4 and probably the 9, Gunny Roo for the people, racing of Mike Morgan and Wesley Ward. Now this one was a winner, 2 back, came back, and was 4th beaten 11 lengths for the 15 level, drops in for the 75. And that horse that beat him last start, Sea Admiral, is a pretty decent horse. Came back and won a first level allowance race after this win, so been keeping good company. I'm putting him second. I'm going to put Leo Meister third. Those are the 3 for me, 4, 9, 7 in race number 5. Now, the 6th race, there are several scratches in here. Numbers 1, 2, and 8 are out. And in that race, this is a wide open race. I'd punch the all button if your budget allows it. If you're playing on a shorter budget, I think you maybe can narrow it down to just a few. Number 6, Unity, is my top pick. Now, this one went off second choice last start, and it just ran horribly, to put it bluntly. 7th beaten 16 lengths, was slow to start and empty late. You'll see in the comment from Equibasin, and the horse just never really picked up its bit. Now, everybody has an off day. That horse just couldn't have felt like, maybe didn't feel like running that day, but they come back rather quickly, 12 days. And what I like is Malcolm takes a return call. Now, if the horse run bad and there wasn't no excuse or whatever, and he didn't like it, he probably wouldn't accept the mount back, but he does accept the mount back. He's 5-2 on the morning line. I'm putting him on top. Number 5, Otto's Kitten, pretty good bred horse from the Ramsey outfit. Now, Ramsey owned and bred this horse. Mike Maker obviously trains Otto's Kitten, gets Rodney Prescott up. It's a pretty good series of works here locally, and hits here in first time out for the $30,000 level. Number 3, Albareo, is one from the Ron Kales barn. Now, Sammy Bermudez takes over the riding services today, exiting the same race as my top pick, where that one was 5th beaten 15 lengths, actually beat my top pick. But I'm going to put him third. He's going to be a price, and after that, you can probably make a case for just about every horse in the race. But I'm going to narrow it down here, go 6, 5, 3. Race 7, that's another one of those wide open spread races, I think. It's an open 15 claimer going 3/4, and this race is wide open to me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put number 7, Copper Plate, on top. I'll probably single him in some of the bets I make where I'm spreading, but the races where I'm just, I'm going to go short in a couple other ones. I'm going to add some other horses in here. Now, Copper Plate, a 3-time winner, finally drops in for the 15. This horse probably should have dropped a long time ago, I think, and but finally does get in for the 15. 7-2, second choice on the morning line. That's my top pick. You got to go the 2-for-1 angle from the Willowbrook in Jerry Carden stables. 4-Run and Mr. Pollard. I think 4-1's probably the better of the two. You'll see 2-back was a dominant winner when they claimed the horse for 17-5 and was actually riding a 4-race win streak. Came back here at Turfway on poly debut and showed speed, but stopped. That was against 5 starters, and Rodney takes the return call for those connections. Another horse I like a little bit, number 4, Cutler, 8-1 for James Jackson and Martha Fortney. Now, this one's taken a big drop in class. A 3-time winner, earned almost $40,000. Been running in first-level allowance races, 2 other than allowance races, and faring very well. That race 2-back against Kate's Golden Dude was 3rd beaten 4 lengths. If that horse runs this race, they won't catch him on the front end. But wide open race in race 7. I advise the spread if you can. Now, the 8th race is a maiden filly and mare special weight to go a mile, and it's a field of 8. I think you could probably throw half the field out, and 3 through the 6, I don't really like them that much. I do like number 2, Make Mary, coming in for Owen Hardy. This one been racing down at Tampa on the turf, but did show some artificial form up at Prescott. Has 2 starts on the artificial, a 2nd and 3rd place finish, but those last 3 at Tampa, those were pretty good races. 3 3rd place finishes. Ballstone, who won 2-back, will see her here in a stake event on Jeff Ruby Day. So Make Mary's been keeping good company. She's the daughter of Madagla Dioro. They seem to get over this track very well. She's my top pick. And then number 7, She Be Striking, comes in from Southern Cal. Now, made her first start off the layoff, the seasonal bow, and that was February 3rd at Santa Anita. She was up and after the pace, was 6 beaten 8 lengths, went off, second choice that day. She Be Striking comes into Turfway. Just about a 3-week rest as she's taken cross country here, and she's in probably the softest spot she's ever seen, and she is 5-2 and deservedly the favorite. For 3rd, I'm going to go to the outside. Stereo Viewing was 2nd last start, just lost in a dirty head bobbing finish to Valkyrie, and Stereo Viewing I think will move forward off that race. Came back after that 2nd place finish here up at Fairhill in Maryland and chose 2 bullet works, and Abbott brings this horse in and gives Malcolm the call back here for its return run. 2-7-8 for me in race 8. Now, we do have 9 races on this Thursday card, and we offer high 5 wagering in every final race on our card. There is a carryover just shy of $800. I think it's $792 to be exact. In this race, I love number 7, Haute Prospect. Last start was 7th beaten 13 lengths, but that was against open 8 claimers. Drops into a 3 cents a date or non-4 lifetime condition. You'll see 2-back. The horse was 3rd beaten a length to Cora Ann. Vita Leva Ooh was 2nd in that race, came back and won the non-4. This one ran right in behind her, and she has a license to win at 3-1. For 2nd to the outside, number 10, Sour Peach. Sour Peach should be forwardly placed. She's drawn to the outside. I hope she don't get parked too far out wide, but she does have a little bit of speed to be dangerous. And then number 8, She's Got Friends from the Pat Huffman barn. Pat Huffman's hitting currently 50% win average. He always does very well. He always has his horses primed and ready to go when he leads them over. This one has 2 wins from 3 starts here locally. Malcolm back up top. She will be closing. I do think there is some pace in the race, but I think the 7 may get first run, and those are the 2 that'll be rolling late. And I'm going 7, 10, 8 in race number 9. Just 31 minutes to post, folks. Appreciate you coming on out tonight. 9 races on the card. Good luck. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Turfway Park. Folks, at this time, we ask that you please rise, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with a